Who was the first Catholic sultana to rule the Ottoman Empire? The legend tells that one day, a little French girl went to a palm reader for fun and amusement. The lady told her that she would become a person of great importance and influence in a certain country. The girl laughed at the lady's words and ignored them. But she had no idea that she would one day become one of the most powerful sultanas of the Ottoman dynasty. That girl was Aimée du Bouc de Rivary, who was born on December 4, 1768. She grew up in a wealthy French family and was a cousin of Empress Josephine, Empress of France and the first wife of Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. Her father sent her to a convent school in the city of Nantes, in western France. One day, Aimée was on a ship near France, but at that time a group of pirates attacked the ship and kidnapped her. Aimée was sold to the ruler of Algeria, who was impressed by her beauty and presented her as a gift to the Ottoman Sultan at the time, Abdul Hamid I. Aimée joined the Sultan's harem, and thanks to her captivating beauty and intelligence, she won the Sultan's love, becoming his favorite concubine. After some time, she bore him a son named Prince Murad and a daughter named Saliha Sultana, but both died in their childhood. Before their deaths, Aimée's influence had grown, and she felt she deserved a higher status than just being a concubine. She convinced the Sultan, who could not refuse her anything, to marry her. Indeed, the Sultan married her and granted her the title of Sultana. The Sultan changed her name to Nakshidil, but she refused to change her religion and remained a Catholic Christian. The Ottoman Sultan married her according to her faith, thereby breaking the state's rules, which required the Sultan to marry a Muslim woman. Thus, Aimée broke this rule to become the first Catholic Ottoman Sultana. Gradually, Nakshidil's influence grew, and her impact extended beyond the harem to encompass Ottoman state politics. According to some sources, it is said that she suggested to her husband, the Sultan, to reorganize the state following the French model, abolish the janissaries, and replace them with a regular army. She also modified parts of the Topkapi Palace to resemble the palaces of France and convinced her husband, the Sultan, to learn the French language. Thanks to her efforts, she succeeded in restoring friendly relations between France and the Ottomans. All of this led to an open animosity towards her from the other members of the Sultan's harem, who conspired against her and killed her infant son. However, some sources indicate that he died from smallpox. Her daughter, Saliha Sultana, also passed away, which plunged Nakshidil into a state of sorrow and depression. Her husband, the Sultan, offered her the responsibility of raising his son Prince Mahmud, who later became Sultan Mahmud II, after his mother's death, and Nakshidil agreed and oversaw his upbringing. Prince Mahmud considered her his mother and never refused her any request. In April 1789, her husband, Sultan Abdul Hamid I, passed away. After his death, his nephew Selim III took the throne, but he was later deposed and succeeded by Mustafa IV, the eldest son of Sultan Abdul Hamid from his first wife, Sultana Aisha. Sultana Aisha sought to eliminate Nakshidil and her son Mahmud, but Nakshidil managed to escape with her son. After 13 months, Sultan Mustafa was overthrown and executed. With the death of Sultan Mustafa, Nakshidil's fortunes rose again, as her son Mahmud became the 30th Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, officially crowned as Sultan Mahmud II in 1808, while Nakshidil was granted the title of Valid Sultan, Mother Sultan. Mahmud II is considered one of the Ottoman sultans who undertook significant reform steps. However, he remained under the authority of his mother, Nakshidil. During his reign, the janissaries were abolished. He implemented many updates in the Ottoman Empire following the European model and was known for his policies that leaned towards the West and secularism. Some historians referred to him as the reformist sultan, although the territory of the Ottoman Empire significantly shrank during his reign, losing many of its important provinces, either as a result of occupation, such as Algeria, or due to their quest for independence. Just 8 years after her son ascended the throne, specifically in 1816, Sultana Nakshidal fell ill with tuberculosis. Her son, Sultan Mahmud, summoned doctors from around the world, but they were unable to find a cure for her, and she remained bedridden. On August 21, Nakshidal's condition worsened, and her son, Sultan Mahmud, went to her bedside and wept beside her, asking her about her last wish. She requested him to bring a Catholic priest. Her son, the Sultan, was surprised by her request, but he fulfilled her last wish. This was the first time a Catholic priest entered the Ottoman harem palace. Nakshidal breathed her last on August 22, 1817, after having held the title of Sultana consort for 26 years and the title of valid Sultan, Sultana mother, for 9 years. She was classified as one of the most influential and powerful sultanas in the history of the Ottoman dynasty. After her death, her son, the Sultan, established a fountain, Sabil, known as Nakshidal Sultan in her memory.